me. I can't go into the clothing store. I get depressed when I put on certain clothes. I can't be comfortable in certain situations. I feel like I have to overexert myself when I want to make it feel like I'm confident in my skin, but I'm not. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts. I'd rather smoke them anyway. I wish I was born different. I wish I could say more things.
I feel like I'm not beautiful. I hear all the time, but I do the fake smile and say thank you. I'm insecure about my forehead. I have active scars on my back. That's why I'm always wearing jackets and shirts. Due to my medical conditions, I lost weight everywhere, so people say I have no butt anymore, and how I'm skinny. I have marks on my stomach from my period being irregular. I got marks from all the IVs from the hospital when I get sick. I only get praise when I take girly pictures. I only dress girly for my fans and those around me. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts. I don't feel beautiful in my skin.
I've been dealing with depression as long as I can remember, and I never knew what exactly was making me so depressed. To this day, I still don't know where it came from. But I slept a lot, never knew how to explain myself. If I tried, I would just cry. Now it's almost completely gone, but it's so easy for me to get depressed over anything. Like I feel it coming, and I have to try and fight as much as possible so I won't get back to the way I was. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts. Very emotional. Emotions that I can never explain.
I hate this feeling of loneliness. Wondering if I'm good enough to be with someone. Feeling like I'm pouring myself into people and wondering if I'll ever get that in return. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts. Because I feel like no matter how hard I try and no matter how much I pour myself out, it always falls apart. Like I'm not worthy. My confidence is down because I was talked about in school and I kept it all in. Also, I feel like I'm not a part of nothing and I don't believe in myself that much because of my past of me being hurt and what my mom went through to hurt me. So it's a lot of hurt in my heart as well. And I fear a failure too. Does it hurt? Of course it does. I feel awful, confused, lost. To do something about it, trying to fight it, hurts because I'm better than that.
Anxiety, my body sometimes, depression. I'm afraid that I'm failing God because I'm not completely walking in my purpose. I fear that I'll get used to my solidarity because that's still existing. I fear the unknown. Does it hurt? Of course it does. I guess I'm comfortable with being by myself because that's all I know. I've never had people to talk to like that.
Crying.
So even when I should have, when I do have to talk, I don't really know how, so it comes off weird. I think it's a confidence thing, that's something I'm looking for.
Insecurity in myself, not knowing when I'm enough. I have the power to be any and everything that I want to be in this world, to even be just as respected as anybody in this world that is classified as a legend. But I'm insecure because of the reality that is presented. I don't know that I'm enough because I go off the standard that is set by society. No matter how much I try to fight against it, does it hurt? Of course it does. Like shit, but I know I'm capable, so I push harder to be the greatest me there is.
I'm insecure about how my stomach looks. I feel like if I don't look good, nobody will notice me.
truly feel gross when I look at myself naked in the mirror, and it frustrates me. I'm told all the time that I'm beautiful, but I struggle to truly believe it. Sometimes I isolate myself when things get too much and my depression kicks in, and I wonder who will really miss me if I'm gone. But then I think of my little sister and how I felt when I found out she was wearing numerous bracelets on her wrist to cover up the self-harm scars. And I fall to my knees and I pray to God, like this can't be what you brought us into the world for, to suffer alone in silence, to feel lonely, like we have no one to confide in. Does it hurt? Of course it hurts. But I know prayer is powerful.
I hate that sometimes I feel so lonely that it puts me in a state of depression. Most times I pull myself out, but other times it's hard. I could be in a room full of people and still feel by myself. I could also be smiling one minute and be super sad the next. It's hard to get out of that when you feel like you're all alone. I think that it's hard for me to open up to people, and it's even harder for me to love. I've gotten so used to coming and going, or people coming and going in my life, that I'm never really surprised when they go. Does it hurt? Of course it does. I just wish that one day somebody would surprise me and stay.
I hate waking up in the morning sometimes because I don't know the reason why. Being talked about for being a mother at such a young age, I was always told that I won't amount to anything I've done. I don't do that for myself, with my life. Depression kicking in slowly, constantly being hurt by the ones you love. Does it hurt? Of course it does. Crying uncontrollably most of the days because of my brokenness and not understanding why I go through what I go through.
The feeling of never knowing if I'm going to be good enough for anyone in my life. The feeling of knowing I'm struggling with depression. The fear of holding everyone else up and losing myself. Everyone thinks because I'm small I don't deal with my body, but I do. I cover up as much as I do because I do deal with insecurities and it eats me up inside. Does it hurt? Of course it does. It makes me feel weak, unwanted, and strengthless.
Being overlooked because of the color of my skin and the length and texture of my hair. Feeling like I have to wear clothes to show off my curve or attention. Me wishing I had a certain type of love from my dad, but all I knew was broken promises. And because of that, I allowed a man who I thought was the love of my life break my heart, make me feel worthless, lost, and lonely. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts. Years have passed and it still does hurt, but I try to remember that this queen has a purpose.
Yes.
Where do I start? I was looking for being pretty in middle school, so I stopped dressing up, stopped doing my hair. I dumbed myself down academically, and I let myself go physically. I tried to make myself less fulfilling so others won't be intimidated by me, and I can be accepted. I feel like I'm stupid because I've always been told. I have a hard time expressing myself or explaining what I'm feeling. I feel invisible. I feel like I'm not heard. No one ever listens to me. Not even God hears me. Sometimes I ask God to take me away from this earth, but He doesn't hear me. I draw attention to my insecurities and make fun of them before anyone else can. Does it hurt me? Not anymore. I'm low-key numb to the pain, and as always, I put on a fake smile.
I want to thank you all for sharing. I know opening up and being vulnerable isn't easy for you. A lot of you guys talked about you feel like you don't have love or you'll never be loved. But as an example of the love that we have for you, some of the audience members have something to give you.
person I hate. My resting bitch face is mistaken for the mean girl. But what if I told you there's nothing I want more in this world than somebody who loves me naked? Someone who never asks for love, but knows how to take it. Are you that somebody who sees a wall and breaks it? Are you ready to fight just to see what's lost behind my flaws? Can you love me